April 16, 2024, 6:02 p.m. I hereby call this meeting of the Howell Township Council to order.
This
Diane?
meeting, yes, thank you. This meeting is being held in accordance with Public Law 1975, Chapter 231, Open Public Meetings Act. Adequate notice has been provided in the manner prescribed by law. This agenda is complete to the extent known, and formal action will be taken. I'll begin with a roll call. Councilwoman Fisher? Here. Councilman Gager?
Here.
Councilwoman O'Donnell?
Here.
Deputy Mayor Nadel?
Here.
And Mayor Berger is absent this evening.
Is there a need to go into executive session this evening?
Yes, there is. We have subjects including contracts and personnel.
I have a motion to go into exec.
Motion for executive session?
Second.
Councilwoman Fisher?
Yes.
Councilman Gager?
Yes.
Councilwoman O'Donnell?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Nadel?
Yes.
Thank you.
It's now 7:04. I'd like to reconvene our council meeting.
I'll begin with a roll call. Councilwoman Fisher?
Here.
Councilman Gager?
Here.
Councilwoman O'Donnell?
Here.
Deputy Mayor Nadel?
Here.
Thank you.
Let's stand for Pledge of Allegiance, followed by a moment of silence.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Going to start the meeting off with a couple of presentations to Howell AYFC Fury and Howell AYFC Super Surge. Dan, do Fury first.
To Fury first.
Yes, we have them all good.
All right, we're going to acknowledge Fury for national champions and the Quest Recreational National Championship that took place on March 9th of 24. So as I call your name, just come up, and you could have a stand next to the backdrop for a picture afterwards. Brielle Brady. Stella Hallowell. Emily Wizaki. Gianna Gitlin. Addison Gerhab. Aria Curcio Nolte. Madison Porth. Natalie Schultz. Rhea Shriram. Aisley Conjuista. Daniela Morales. Giada Gorgoglione. Savannah Rickle. Head coach Lauren Gitlin. Coach Brittany Wazaki. Coach Danielle Porth.
We're going to take a quick picture.
All right, next we're going to honor Super Surge, national champions, the Quest Recreational National Championship on March 9th of this year. Is this the second, third year in a row? Third year in a row, national champs. Maybe in the fall we'll get some of the boys here for a football championship. Got cheerleaders every other meeting. Doing a good job, girls. All right, first one is Melania Crinsoli. Leela Oles. Liliana Acevedo. Julia Thor. Nina Nowicki Germanig. Gianna Ambrose. Emma Clossie.
Thank you.
Lennon Murphy. Lila Vargas. Emily Strydeski. Nancy Gray. Kylie Pezninski. Reese Ritecki. Scarlett McCarthy.
I'm her cousin.
Charlie Valancourt. Emily Sanchez.
Thank you.
Emilia Sekalaris. Skylar Johnson. Leah Khan. Sage Teresi.
Congratulations.
Talia Hernandez. Molly Howardson. Head coach Carly Doyle. Coach Caitlin Kahn. Coach Erin Clossie. Coach Joanne Valancourt.
Lots of Kristen.
Coach Jennifer Strydeski. Coach Ashley Vargas.
Girls, come on, we got a special. Some of you, the little ones get in front. Perfect. You guys are gonna do it. Feels like an efficient reaction. Get in, girls. Dolly, are you in? Dolly, maybe get on this side of that light.
Oh, sorry.
Good. Dolly, over here with Emily real fast. There you go. Perfect.
Jimmy gets up.
Big repeat. 1, 2, 3. Good job. Thank you.
I gotta say hello. Just a little.
I know.
everybody.
Thank you.
Good night.
Thank you very much.
The first one we did on West Street.
You want me to go? You want me to go?
We have a few proclamations. First one will be for Arbor Day, read in by Lisa Dowd.
Other side.
Proclamation of the governing body of the Township of Howell, National Arbor Day, April 26, 2024. Whereas the very first Arbor Day took place on April 10, 1872 in Nebraska, with approximately 1 million trees planted that day. In 1949, the New Jersey legislature set aside the last Friday of April as Arbor Day to promote the planting of trees and to encourage the protection of our forests from fires and pests that destroy the beauty and usefulness of our woodlands. And whereas half of New Jersey's total land area is forested or tree covered, and whereas trees play an important role in the ecosystem in which we live, and trees reduce the erosion of our precious topsoil caused by wind and water, clean the air we breathe and the water we drink, produce oxygen, provide habitat for birds and wildlife, and reduce heating and cooling costs by moderating temperature. And whereas trees are a renewable resource, giving us paper for fine literature, wood for our homes, fuel for our fires, and countless other wood products. And whereas trees provide increased property value, enhanced economic viability, and pleasing aesthetic qualities along streets and properties in municipalities. And whereas tree planting in yards and farms, in schoolyards and parks, and along streets and highways creates an enduring heritage for generations that follow. Therefore, be it resolved that Teresa Berger, Mayor of the Township of Howell, on behalf of the Township Council, do hereby encourage observance of Arbor Day, April 26, 2024, in Howell Township, and urge all citizens to support efforts to protect our trees and woodlands, to support our township's urban forestry program. Further, I urge all citizens to plant trees to gladden hearts and promote the well-being of present and future generations. And I also just wanted to take a moment to go over some of the Arbor Day activities that the Shade Tree Commission will be holding in honor of Arbor Day. On Sunday, April 21st, from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m., we will be at the Howell Township DPW Garage distributing free seedlings. These are made possible by 2 grants, one from the New Jersey Tree Recovery Campaign and one from the Arbor Day Foundation, in conjunction with support from the Shade Tree Foundation. We will also, on Friday, April 26th, be providing Arbor Day presentation to the Howell Township's 3rd graders at the schools, along with providing each 3rd grader a free seedling to take home, planting a tree at each of the Howell schools, and providing a shrub for each of the program winners for the Arbor Day contest. I also wanted to add this past Friday, we were at Aldridge School where we planted their first pollinator garden, and we also distributed over 300 trees to all of the students at Aldridge School. Thank you.
Next, we have a proclamation for National Day of Prayer.
Yes. Whereas the people of this great community have forever turned to prayer for inspiration, strength, and guidance. Prayer has helped pull people through struggles and fears of every kind. And whereas, throughout our nation's history, leaders have urged citizens of faith to pray for our land and those who defend our freedoms at home and abroad. Through prayer, we give thanks for our loved ones, for the abundance of our land, for our rights and liberties, and for a great nation. And whereas, whether your place of worship is a church, a synagogue, a temple, a mosque, home, or another sacred place, prayer can provide a sense of peace and comfort. And whereas the Congress of this great nation has called for our citizens to recognize the role of prayer in our society and to honor religious diversity by establishing a National Prayer Day. Now, therefore, be it resolved that we, on behalf of the Township Council of Howell, do hereby proclaim May 2nd, 2024 as the National Day of Prayer in the Township of Howell, and encourage all citizens to join in observing this day by taking time to pray for peace.
Next proclamation is Global Love Day.
Global Love Day, May 1st, 2024, whereas the Love Foundation, Inc., a nonprofit organization, has announced Global Love Day to facilitate in establishing love and peace on our planet, and whereas Global Love Day will establish a worldwide focus towards unconditionally loving each other as we love ourselves, and whereas we are one humanity on this planet, and whereas all life is interconnected and interdependent, and whereas all share in the universal bond of love, and whereas love begins with self-acceptance and forgiveness, and whereas with respect and compassion, we embrace diversity. And whereas together we make a difference through love, and whereas the Love Foundation, Inc. invites mankind to declare May 1st, 2024 as Global Love Day, a day of forgiveness and unconditional love. Global Love Day will act as a model for all of us to follow each and every day. On behalf of Mayor Teresa Berger and the Township Council, does hereby proclaim May 1st, 2024 as Global Love Day in Howell Township, and invite all citizens to observe this day, which honors the public cause for global love, world peace, and universal joy.
Move on to acceptance of minutes for previous meetings. May I have a motion for the acceptance of minutes of April 2nd, 2024?
Motion to accept minutes, April 2nd, 2024.
Second?
Councilwoman Fisher?
Yes.
Councilman Gager?
Yes.
Councilwoman O'Donnell?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Nadell?
Abstain.
Thank you.
Move on to reports of township officials. Mr. Clark?
Couple of quick reports tonight. Just a reminder that this August we will be having Movies Under the Stars. We put a flyer out on Facebook about it. Their 2nd of July celebration will be at Soldier Memorial Park from 5 to 9:30, featuring the Amish Outlaws. And then our summer concerts series will be on July 2nd, 17, 24, and 31, again at Soldier Memorial Park. We invite everybody to come out and enjoy. Couple of announcements from our engineer, Justin Yost. NJ Natural Gas will be installing gas mains within portions of Kent, Ford, Brown, Driftway, Church, and Friendship Roads, and Rodeo Court starting next week. It's a 3 to 4 month long project. It'll require some detours and alternating traffic. Residents will have access to their properties throughout the project. Buses and emergency vehicles will have access through the work zone at all times. Police officers will be on site each day as part of traffic control. Number 2, Monmouth County is scheduled to complete road work next Monday and Tuesday, April 22nd and 23rd on Southard Avenue between Squonkam, Yellowbrook, and Manassas. Southard will be closed between these two roadways from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. both days.
Mr. Howard?
So I wanted to give an update on some of the hot topic, which is the farm special event ordinances. We're still tightening up a few items, just kind of mostly legal stuff within the ordinance. We did meet with our board attorneys. We're also just having some conversations with some of our other board professionals to make sure we're in good standing, but we think the drafts we have aren't going to change substantially. We've kind of gone over all of those hurdles. Just an idea of what's coming. What we've done is we've increased the number of guests. So we've taken the suggestion of the farmers to increase the number and to also use a tiered system. Smaller farms, those that are 10 acres or less with Q Farm, would be up to 50 guests. Over 10 acres would be up to 80. And if you're a preserved farm, you could go up to 100 under the administrative approval. We've also upped the number for the total that would trigger the use variance from 100 to 200. So between that 50, 80, and 100 to 200, you're still a permitted use. We're still working on the site plan checklist, but it would be a site plan application with less requirements than a normal site plan. Over 200, you'd be looking at the D3 use variance through the zoning board plus the site plan. We took the suggestion of an annual fee structure. Right now, it's looking like a $500 fee for the entire year. That would be unlimited events, 52 if you do one a week, 104 if you do it every weekend, 365 if you want them every day. That $500 fee is going to cover all the inspections that we're going to deem fit to do. But if you're only looking to do a couple special events, there is a per price $85 just for one or two events, so you don't have to spend the full $500. The architectural standard language, which was subjective, we've removed. That's completely out. We're offering the annual permits, and we've also fixed the definition of Q Farm and what our farm definition is to match Q Farm. That was just a little bit of clarification needed. So we're hoping that this bridges the gap, gets us moving in the right direction, and we can get some real-world experience. Obviously, these ordinances will be looked at in real time, over 6 months, a year, and so on, for modifications in either direction. We're going to share those draft ordinances with the Farmers Advisory Committee later this week, if not tomorrow, then Thursday, and we hope to get some feedback and then maybe be able to bring that to council. We are also, for certain items in these farm events, so those are the special events, and that's kind of how the structure is going to be. There's also a right to farm, AAMP, which is an agricultural management practice through the SADC, and it's for on-farm direct marketing. It's like your agrotourism type uses. Township's going to take an entire step back from those. We're going to say as long as you have your right to farm protection through the county, they have a set of guidelines and an approval process through them. As long as you have that, you're not going to have to get any permit requirements through us. That legal pathway exists under right to farm. It's there through the SADC and through the county ag board. We don't need to recreate the wheel. We don't need to add extra layers, so we're not there. The only ordinance that we are going to pass with the special events is because there is no right to farm protection for that, and the state has not carved out an exemption from your local ordinance. So that's why there's a difference there, but that's also in the ordinance to encourage those farmers to get right to farm protection and to go on. That's all I have right now.
Any legal updates?
No.
Anything from the clerk? I would now like to open the floor for hearing of citizens and public comments.
Each person shall give their name and address to the clerk. The council should be addressed as a collective body and not as individual members. Each person shall have one turn to address the council, and comments shall not exceed a total of 5 minutes. Speakers shall be notified when their time has run, and no time extensions shall be permitted.
Betty Velez Gimple, 97 Victory Road, owner of Squonkam Brook Farm. Sounds good. Thank you. Of course, we have plenty of farmers that will have to review and take a look at it, and we appreciate that. So, pleased. We are in support of your efforts to make the necessary changes to support Howell farmers, so thank you. We understand this has been a learning process and experience for everyone. So we appreciate that your understanding of that time is of the essence, and we're really coming into the height of our season, so it's difficult for the farmers to be here tonight. I believe we may just be on the same page now after learning through with tonight and comments in previous council in the untangling of the direct marketing and the right to farm from the special events. That's wonderful. I know that for all of you, and for us as well, will be joyous to witness the children of Howell enjoying the hay rides and pumpkin patches and immersing themselves in the wholesome life of farming through agritourism. Apologies. It will be great to see the farms coming together out of the shadows to provide the much-needed recreational venue for this town. I know we all agree that that the farm is a very special and unique place. We look forward to sharing this beauty with residents and visitors as they celebrate significant milestones in their lives. Our goal is to strengthen the partnership with our governing body through continued collaboration and communication with the focus of fostering successful farming practices. As we move forward, we hope both council and administration have a better understanding of the farmers and the vision of the Garden State in support of farming in New Jersey. We encourage the administration to continue to utilize the Farmers Advisory Board and the farming community of Howell Farmers United in future decision-making involving farms, as it should have been from the start. I implore you to follow our example, although tedious and time-consuming, and reach out to the talent and skills within our community for valuable input, as Chairwoman Elaine Taylor was graciously willing to do over the past few months. Our interactions should not be adversarial in nature. We are of the same goal, to save rural Howell for our residents and for our children. We look forward to reviewing the ordinances this week and perhaps meeting with you next week. Again, thank you. We appreciate this.
Hi, Lauren Gitlin, 19 Lorelei Drive, Howell. Just have a couple questions. I know it's not a discussion, but just throwing these out there. The basketball courts in Ramtown Manor Park, the poles and the backboards were removed back in February, and I was told that the court was beyond repair. Totally understand. Just kind of looking for an update on the timeline and replacing that if that was the choice to do so. I did receive the survey. I know multiple residents did as well. It seemed like back in March that it was looking like new basketball courts could potentially be where we were going with that space. So just would like an update whenever appropriate. Not sure kind of the next steps, plans for the future there. So that's that park that I was asking about, Ramtown Manor. Also curious about the courts that are being put in the Deerwood Park area, pickleball and basketball. It looks like construction has started. Everyone's really excited. Just updating, all of us on maybe like when we can expect that. I know coming into the warmer months, it's not really kind of blocked off from children, especially the pickleball one. So just maybe consider doing something there so that people don't go in it and kind of ruin what we haven't even started. In other update, I'm very thankful and looking forward to the summer concerts too. So thanks.
Anyone else wish to come up?
Evening, everybody. I'm Jerry Barron, 37 Danella Way in Howell. I'll try and be quick. The first one is that the first farmers market of the year is going to be May 19th. Same place, Echo Lake, same hours, 10 to 2. Second of all, on April 30th of this month, at 7 o'clock, the DEP of the county is going to have a health hazard, home hazard type program they're going to have. It's free. It's going to be in this room. Fred, you were there, so you know about it. It's officially going to be there at 7, so it's going to be a question and answer period after they're all done. It starts at 7, maybe we'll have an hour presentation or something, we'll see what happens. But they're in charge of that, so we're looking forward to having a lot of turnout from the town. It's here, so it's air conditioned or whatever that night, so we'll see what happens. And finally, I'm just curious, it's been almost a year, but whatever happened to Morrow Road? The last update was May of last year. And I'm hoping somehow that the 4 of you or 5 of you know something about what's going on. Is the DEP going to take another year? What happened to all the chemicals they found? Was there soil phase 1, phase 2 done? What's going on? There's nothing on the website. I know the DEP's in charge, but it would be nice if there was some type of follow-up. It's been over a year now, so something to consider. That's it for me. Thank you. Have a good night.
Good evening, Elaine Taylor, Maxim Southard Road. I just want to thank everyone for, working on the ordinances and working with the farmers. We really appreciate it very much. And, we're looking forward to looking them over. But I have a question. I have this dream of having what's going to be called a farm crawl. And it's where the public can go from farm to farm and experience just a little bit of each farm in Howell. And I'm wondering how, if we could do that, and if you could think about how that could be done. And I just think it would be really interesting. Like, in Bricktown, they have a garden tour. So this would be like a farm tour to make the public aware of everything that is on the various farms in Howell. So if you could give that a little thought and just let me know if that's a possibility. Okay, thank you.
Seeing no other speakers, may I have a motion to close public comment?
Make a motion to close public comment.
Second? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Now we'll respond to the public comments.
I'll start on a few of those. In terms of the farm ordinances, I appreciate, the positive reception. There was a lot of talk out there that administration's dragging their feet purposely or whatever. I just want everyone to know, we're creating law out of nothing. This is not an easy process. We've had multiple attorneys in the room for days on end, reaching out to professionals, researching different things. It's not a quick process. Everyone wants it to be quicker. It's not something that we could just paint with a broad brush. We have to be very specific. The tentacles turned into looking at the on-farm direct marketing, and it gets bigger and bigger every step you take. So I'm glad we are where we are now. I just want it to be very clear that we never dragged our feet, and we've really put a lot of resources into this. In terms of the Ramtown Manor Park, so The survey results were in. Basketball courts were definitely very popular, so we are looking to reinstall those. We have the ability to do that work in conjunction with the Deerwood Park work with the contractor, so we're looking to do that soon because I don't want my township engineer to hit me over the side of the head. I'm not going to give an exact time frame, but we're looking at a few weeks, hopefully maybe a month or two until that work is complete. We've also got good feedback about pollinator gardens, revegetating some trees and putting some things in like that. So we're going to look into doing that as well. Deerwood Park updates. I might get kicked in the head tomorrow by my engineer, but we're hoping that the project is done around Memorial Day. We're hoping for a ribbon cutting. The biggest issue now, trying to get pavement done and that final work, and we all know the weather we've been having. It's hard to pave when you're getting 2 to 3 inch rainfalls 2 times a week. So that's been part of the holdup, but we're hoping to get that done shortly. Marl Road, most of the feedback we got from the EPA was positive. There was a lot of drums that were just asphalt that was hardened, so it was not a contamination risk. A lot of the drums were in better shape. I'll work on getting some feedback from them and some specifics and put together just a quick summary for council that we could put on the website. But we have not heard from them in terms of progress towards a phase 2 or any other type of sampling. Luckily, it seems like everything was in better shape than first anticipated. I'll try and get some more details for the next meeting. In terms of the farm crawl, love to hear a little bit more about it and what the event entails. It sounds like it may be an on-farm direct marketing event. And again, that was the part of the ordinance where we're kind of carving Howell out. County's got the program to review that, and we'll be supportive of any right to farm application to the county, if that's what it looks like. Did I leave anything out?
I'll just jump in really quickly, too, and note for the record, the hard work that Matt especially and Caitlin have put into crafting the farm ordinances. I know somebody at the last meeting had mentioned, okay, well, you guys are the policymakers, as if that's a magic wand that you can just, and then make whatever you want happen. That's not how it is. You can set the policy, and then it takes time to make sure that it's compliant with a variety of different laws out there. They've been working very hard to do that, and I know it's been a priority of council, it's been a priority of Matt, it's been a priority of Caitlin. We've had to work to get them done. We think we're in a place where we're able to put something in front of council that I think is a very, very good product that balances the town versus the farmers' rights. So, we're looking forward to getting it in front of you guys.
On to comments by the council. Councilman Gager.
Just want to thank you for all the hard work on the farmers ordinance. I mean, we know what goes on because we probably talk every day, and every day the conversation is dominated by the farmers. So we're glad that's moving along. Also, I'd like to give credit where credit is due to Steve, our special events coordinator, and everyone else who was involved for setting up everything that's going on this summer. This isn't something that just started like 3 months ago. We started talking about this over a year ago. And happy to see it happen and hope to continue it in the future.
Quickly echo that. Stephen did a great job with this. I mean, he has really been on it. And like you said, it's been over a year since we first started planning for all of this.
And fireworks.
Fireworks.
Councilwoman O'Donnell.
Yes, thank you. Agree that the farming ordinances, although they've taken some time, if you think about the compilation and the things that had to be addressed, it's really been since last November. So in 6 or 7 months, we formulated some strong potential precedent-setting issues. So it's quite an achievement. Secondly, the National Night of Prayer, of course, the first Thursday of May, May 2nd. Flyers are on the table by the restroom. Every year that we have this, we have 5 to 7 clergy come. It's held in this room. It's a night of open prayer, of coming together, not just different religious sects, but community, and we all share the same ideals in safety for our homes, our children, religious freedom, happiness, security. So when you think about communities, and not just Howell is represented here, Jackson comes, Brick comes, but there's so many things going on that night that my very own church winds up going to Trenton, which is disappointing to me. I wish they were here too. But when you think about the amount of people that take this evening very seriously, it's really heartwarming to know that God finds his way into every community, every home, and in the communities across our state and our nation. So I'm thankful for the one night we all come together. Also, sure, and it'll be brought up again, the Tunnels to Towers did a second home in Howell today. So I'd seen, or somebody had said to me it was nice to see something done. But I want to be sure that everybody remembers on White Street, we did one, well, not we, Tunnels to Towers did one maybe 2 years ago. And every time something like this is done, from that incredible foundation, I think about all the other organizations that are out there. But I will say that Tunnels to Towers is one of the ones that I can actually say that out of every dollar, I believe it's 97 cents goes direct. So it's remarkable, and it's really heartwarming to know that where you put your money, it actually gets there. As many of you may know, that administration is working on something. We own some property, and we're hoping that we're able to construct something for a veteran. And administration's working on that property in some subdivision. So we may, in fact, have Tunnels to Towers giving us a helping hand, along with Congressman Smith, who's been we've been speaking to, and we're very lucky that we have people in positions that can assist. So hopefully we have something coming in Howell through the venue of our own township officials and support of the Township Council. Again, with the things that are coming this summer, amazing that although it seems like we've been talking about it a long time, it's really difficult to sometimes formulate a plan that's going to go through an entire summer. Not just you have to find the dates and the location, but it's always a matter of money. And I think this will be money well spent. I think it'll help bring a community together. And then July 2nd will be our July 4th celebration. So it's nice to know that there'll be something you can look forward to with your families, coming out to movies and music and things that are actually geared for the whole family. So we're trying very hard to bring the community together and to unify. So hopefully, through social media and having the meetings on TV, that word will get out and through the community, that they'll all be well attended. But true that Stephen Fetcher did a remarkable job this year in bringing everything together, along with all the other things he's done, like the prayer night, the Easter things. While he's doing the special events that's coming, he's keeping up with his standard calendar of events. So thank you, Stephen. But I know it's the suggestion of administration and this council that keeps those ideas flowing. So if people have an idea of other things that might be welcomed in the community that we can also add to this scheduling of events, and as long as we can afford to do so, and we're trying to be ambitious but be responsible financially, please bring those comments forward. Give the manager a call or drop us an email, because anything that we can add to, we're always happy to do so. We have a nice big field, Soldier Memorial, which gives us a lot of good, safe parking. So we're in an excellent position, in my opinion, to hold large gatherings, along with such things as Howell Day. So we're open for all suggestions, and I appreciate you letting me ramble on. It's been an eventful couple of days, so we're very proud of some of the things that are coming forth so quickly. Thank you.
Then that, just to jump in, that's a smattering. So we have more planned in the fall. I think Stephen's ready to just murder us all, because he'll give us the plan, and then we'll inevitably pick at it until,
It's
But he's doing a great job. DPW, I always say they're the engine that makes the town move, and the police and traffic especially with the planning. So a lot of moving parts with it. There's more coming up in the fall, so we'll be making more announcements.
Councilwoman Fisher?
Yes, I just want to thank Jerry for bringing up those dates. Farmers Market, May 19th, April 30th here in Town Hall, 7 PM County DP, and the Morrow Road update. It's a good reminder, so thank you, Jerry. We will update the website, but we did know, so we did get the good news, so no news is good news. But thank you for reminding us so we can update the website. Also want to say Deputy Mayor Nadell and I were lucky enough to be able to attend the Tunnel to Towers event today for Sean Acker. It was incredible, patriotic, very moving. They redid the house, they remodeled the house to make it accessible for Sean and his family. I believe they added 1,000 square feet to the back of the house in the basement. It was incredible. Our own Howell Police presence was there, state troopers. It was just an absolutely beautiful, beautiful ceremony and a beautiful day. So thank you.
I'll just have to echo what everyone else has been saying. Just another great job by Stephen Fetcher with these programs, and I know he's working on more stuff for the fall that's been mentioned and additional programs. Just doing more for the residents and just embracing that sense of community. And if we could do anything more, like Councilwoman O'Donnell said, just give us the ideas, and you never know what we can do. And Tunnel to Towers, just a great organization. They do a lot, whether it's outfitting homes for disabled veterans, disabled first responders, paying off houses for, members killed in the line of duty. They just really, it's all about giving back, and that's really something to say. And I'm sure that Councilman Gazier could attest to how that state police brotherhood really, comes together in times like, when, in times of need, when their members really need it. And it was good to see today. I've experienced that in New York when I was on, just how law enforcement, when people are really struggling on times of need, everyone really comes together, and it's really nice to see. And, just even regular community members out there today supporting Sean Acker when he was welcomed to his new home. It was just made me proud to be a Howell resident. All right. I'll move on to the consent agenda. Does anyone want to vote on any of the items separately?
Not I.
All right. May I have a motion to accept resolutions R-24-149 through and including R-24-168A as in Adam? That will be for the appointment of a planning board member, Matthew Withers, Class 4 member for a 4-year term expiring 12/31 of '24.
I'll make a motion to move all those items.
Second.
Councilwoman Fisher?
Yes.
Councilman Gazier?
Yes.
Councilwoman O'Donnell?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Nadell?
Yes.
Thank you. The resolution's passed.
Move on to unfinished business, adoption of ordinances. Ordinance 24-10, ordinance amending Chapter 57, Article 2, Domestic Animals, and amending Chapter 139-2, License, Registration, and Permit Fees of the Township Code of the Township of Howell. May I have a
We need to open for public hearing?
motion to open for a public hearing?
I'll make a motion to open in public.
Second.
Councilwoman Fisher?
Yes.
Councilman Gazier?
Yes.
Councilwoman O'Donnell?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Nadell?
Yes.
Thank you.
If anyone wishes to comment on the ordinance, please come to the podium. Seeing none, may I have a motion to close public hearing?
I'll make a motion to close.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
May I have a motion to adopt ordinance 24-10?
I move to adopt ordinance 2410.
Second.
Councilwoman Fisher?
Yes.
Councilman Gazier?
Yes.
Councilwoman O'Donnell?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Nadell?
Yes.
Thank you. The ordinance is adopted.
Introduction of ordinances. Ordinance 24-11, an ordinance authorizing Howell Township to enter into a lease with Howell Township Fire District Number 2 for the provision of ground space for the radio communications tower. May I have a motion to introduce ordinance 24-11?
To introduce ordinance 24-11.
Second?
Councilwoman Fisher?
Yes.
Councilman Gager?
Yes.
Councilwoman O'Donnell?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Nadell?
Yes.
Thank you. The ordinance is properly introduced.
The next regularly scheduled council meeting will take place on May 7th, 2024. Executive session begins at 6. Regular session will begin at 7. Is there any further comment before we close? I have a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.